Quinn, is everything okay? Are you running a bit behind? This is so unlike you. What's going on?
I am so sorry, Miss Thomas. The bus I was on busted one of its tires on the bridge. I'm trying to flag down a cab as we speak. I promise I will be there as soon as I can. The one time I decided not to drive, this happens. I'm so sorry, Miss Thomas. It won't happen again.
No, you are totally fine. You should get to work whenever you want. I'm sure you have other things you might want to do on the way. I was just texting you because we're about to send the new intern out on a coffee run. I'm buying. So what do you want me to order for you?
Oh, no, I don't need anything. Thank you so much. Actually, since I'm late, I can pick up the coffee on my way up.
Oh, sweetie, you don't have to do that. There's no problem, I'm serious. Just tell me what you want.
Are you sure? I wouldn't mind a grande iced Americano then. Thank you, Miss Thomas.
Sounds good. Absolutely my pleasure. Make sure you get here before the ice melts, though. I doubt it'll taste good once it gets too watery, am I right? I know, I'll grab you an extra shot on the side. That way, if the coffee gets watered down, you can add in the shot.
Oh my gosh, no, you don't have to do that. That's too much trouble. I'm perfectly fine with whatever cold coffee, thank you.
No, I think this is a brilliant idea. I should have thought of this already. Anyway, be careful getting here, Quinn. There is really no rush.
Yes, Miss Thomas, I'll be there soon. Daddy?
Yes, baby? Oh no, what's wrong?
I was late to work today. The number 7 bus broke down on the bridge, so I had to catch a cab to get to work.
You must have gotten an earful from Thomas, huh? Don't think too much of it. She's tough, but she means well.
That's the thing, Daddy. I was late today and Miss Thomas didn't yell at me. If it were someone else, their head would be chopped off.
Huh?
Miss Thomas is so strict with everybody else in the office except with me. She treats me differently because I'm your daughter. And it's not just Miss Thomas either. Other people in the office and in the warehouse even treat me so nicely and walk around eggshells around me. I hate it.
I thought it wouldn't be a problem since we're a small company, but I guess working with the founder's daughter is still a bit uncomfortable for them.
I wish I kept my mouth shut. I should have never told them. Ugh, my stupid mouth. If they never knew, I wouldn't have had to see how disgustingly fake everybody is in front of me. Like, really? You're gonna stop what you were doing to tell me that I'm pretty? I mean, come on. I'm not pretty at all, in any sense of the word.
That's not true. You're beautiful, Quinn.
Dad, you are heavily biased. I love you, but you are wrong. I know I'm not an objectively beautiful person. I'm okay with that. My eyes are too close to each other, and my nose is too big to be a button nose. And I have the thinnest lips anyone has ever seen. I am in no way a beauty, Dad. But I'm telling you, I am okay with it. I have other qualities that make me special.
I don't agree with you, but if you insist, Princess, I think that can work to your advantage, actually. You'll be able to find a true love who loves you for who you are, then. Am I right? It's a good thing. No, it's a great thing.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I'm almost there. I'll message you again later, Daddy.
Miss Quinn?
Yes, Mr. Tanner?
Miss Thomas told me to tell you that you need to go with them to that meeting this afternoon. You know, the one with the client?
Oh, I thought you were going. Wasn't that your big project?
I know, I've had something come up. It was very last minute. Do you think you can go and fill in for me just this once, please? Besides, it would never hurt to have a beautiful lady visit a client than a run-of-the-mill dude like me.
Stop it. Okay, if you send me the info, I'll get ready and head over there to catch up to the rest of the team.
Thank you. You're a lifesaver. This is the person you have to ask for. They'll be able to point you in the right direction when you get there.
Sounds good. Wish me luck.
Good evening, Miss Quinn. I hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. This is Ted Mosley from the meeting earlier today. You filled in for Mr. Tanner.
Oh, yes. Hi, Mr. Mosley. How are you? Thank you for being patient with the personnel change today. We appreciate that very much.
No, not at all, please. It was not even a thing.
And I personally appreciated the way you treated me just like everyone else. I'm sure everyone there already knew my relation to the founder. It was so nice to be treated appropriately for my position in the company and not my position at home. Thank you so much. What a breath of fresh air.
I'm so relieved you weren't upset about that. Of course, everyone was already informed that you were Mr. Hart's daughter. But you never have to worry about anybody treating you different here. We're all equals here. Why, do your coworkers bully you or something? Do they make fun of you?
No, it's the opposite actually. They're all overly nice to me. I'm the newest addition to the team, but I never get to run errands for anyone higher up than me. In fact, I'm not given a lot of work to do at all.
You don't have to worry about that at all with us. You might want to brace yourself for what's about to come. Our company and your company have a lot of work to do, and you will be in charge of most of it, Miss Quinn.
That is the most exciting news I've gotten since I joined my team. Just let me know. I look forward to it.
Sounds good. Have a good night, Miss Quinn.
Miss Quinn, are you there?
Yes, hi, Miss Thomas. What can I do for you?
I heard that you filled in for Mr. Tanner for that client meeting last Wednesday.
Yes, Miss Thomas. I thought you were the one that penciled me in.
Oh, I did. Of course. I was just texting you because I heard that Ted Mosley is an absolute hottie. Is that true?
Huh?
Oh, I'm so mad that I didn't volunteer to go in Tanner's stead. Is it true, though? Is he super handsome? Come on, tell me. Oh, I'm so jealous you get to work with someone like that. All I have here are a bunch of squids.
I mean, yes, I guess so. Mr. Mosley is really tall and slim. I think he had a nice face, too. I guess he is a hottie. I liked his voice.
Oh my God, you have a crush on him, don't you?
Oh, God, no. I would never. I know he's way out of my league. I know that. I would never dream of it.
Don't be silly. You are gorgeous. I think you two can really hit it off. Ask him out on a date or something before he gets snatched away. Who knows, you two might get married and have beautiful kids together. Don't forget to invite me to the wedding.
Miss Thomas, you're making me blush.
Good evening, Miss Quinn. How are you? Are you busy?
Hi, Mr. Mosley. I'm good, thank you. What can I do for you? Is this about the report? I am still working on it.
Oh no, it's got nothing to do with work. I was just on my way back from a late meeting in your area. So I was wondering if you had dinner already, because if not, I'd love to take you out to grab a bite. I'll even pick the place. What do you say?
Dinner? You want to have dinner with me? Just you and me? Like right now? Like on a date?
Yeah, I don't think it's too weird, do you? We've been talking on the phone every single day for the past month or so. We're a work couple, so why not a dinner couple too? So what do you say? I'm starving.
I mean, I don't know. I guess you're right. We can go have a meal or two. We are professionals, right? Sounds good. I know a great place nearby. It'll be my treat since you're in my area.
Nonsense, I can't let the lady pay for our first dinner together. Where are my manners? Give me some more credit here. I can be at your office in 20 minutes. Just think about what you're craving. See you soon, Miss Quinn. Did you make it home okay?
Yes, I did. Did you?
I did. I hope I didn't scare you off. Please, think about what I said, okay? You can take as long as you need. I'll be right here waiting for you to give me an answer.
I mean, I am so flattered. But I guess I'm just having a hard time believing this is for real. Why would someone like you be interested in someone like me? You are totally out of my league, and you must have girls lining up for a chance to date you. Why would you even look twice at someone like me?
What are you talking about? I've never met anyone with a more beautiful heart than you, Miss Quinn. You're absolutely gorgeous inside and out. I've been dying to ask you out every time we talked on the phone, but I figured it was inappropriate since those calls were strictly business related. But I've grown to like you more and more with each phone call, each text. I'm falling for you hard and fast.
Are you for real? You aren't teasing me.
I am absolutely 100% serious, Miss Quinn. Don't worry about anything else but yourself. I want to know if you feel the same way about me. Forget the optics. Forget about what anyone might say. I sure did.
Okay, I will think about it. Hi, Mr. Molesey? Is this a good time? I have an answer.
Oh, man. All right. I was wondering where you disappeared to. I was starting to get worried. I tried not to bother you during the radio silence. I hope you didn't think that I'd forgotten about you. Oh, I'm so nervous right now. I hope you have good news. Are you gonna say yes?
I think I am. I thought long and hard about it, and I realized that I might have had a crush on you this whole time, too. I guess I just never thought it would amount to anything. I was able to be honest with myself. I've decided to take the first leap of faith. Thank you for asking me out the other night. It was magical, and thank you for taking the first step for us. I know I'm not much of a looker, and you are way out of my league.
Oh, stop that. That is not true. Don't ever say something like that again.
Why?
You are the most genuinely beautiful person I've ever known. A pure heart is what completes one's external beauty. So please don't ever refer to yourself as anything but the most beautiful person there ever was. Okay?
Okay, thank you for the confidence boost. I appreciate that.
I'm surprised nobody has told you this before. I think you're an angel. I've never seen you frown or heard you raise your voice once, even in some pretty stressful situations. Not everybody can have that kind of patience and kindness, you know? I have met a lot of people, trust me. It takes a lot of courage and self-control to maintain an air of peace like you do. You are truly incredible.
Oh, wow. Thank you, but it's nothing. I grew up with my cousins who told me that if I don't have the looks, I should at least have a great sense of humor or have a great personality. I must have taken that to heart way more seriously than I thought.
That's awful. What kind of cousins would say something like that? You aren't still close with them, are you?
No, we parted ways before we were teens. It's fine. I'm better off because of their advice. I think you will make me a better person too. I'll be the best girlfriend to you, I promise.
Well, in that case, shall we go on a movie date tomorrow night? I hear there's some great holiday movies playing downtown.
I'd love that.
Miss Quinn, are you there? Are the rumors true? What is going on?
What rumors, Miss Thomas?
That we are about to go bankrupt. It's all anyone is talking about. You must have heard something from your father. Please tell us if you know something. We have families here. We can't be laid off without a warning. We have to start updating our resumes and applying to new jobs. The sooner the better, so please tell us something. Anything.
Oh, I'm not sure either. My dad and I don't usually talk about the company. He hasn't mentioned anything to me either. Where did you hear the rumors?
Don't be coy. You must have heard something in passing. Come on, it's just me and Richard on this thread, please. We won't tell anyone else, we promise.
No, I'm telling the truth. I really have no idea. Nobody told me anything. I swear I would tell you if I knew, but I don't.
You knew this would happen, didn't you, Quinn? You knew and you didn't tell anyone.
No, I had no idea. I heard about it on the news just like everybody else. I swear.
Wow, Way to stab us all in the back, Quinn. That was uncool. If I were you, I would have done everything I can to save a few people. We have spouses and children to feed, Quinn. What are we supposed to do now? We don't have the luxury of falling back onto Daddy's safety net, like you do. It doesn't matter to you if Daddy's company's gone broke, because I'm sure you still have a big fat trust fund waiting for you. What am I gonna do?
Quinn, you little snake. There is no way in hell you didn't know this was going to happen. How could you not tell us? Did this last year or so mean nothing to you? We were so nice to you and so generous. It's not like we asked for insider trading information. We just wanted a heads up so we can secure our next steps. Oh, it doesn't even matter anymore. What is done, I guess. If you have any shred of decency left towards your former colleagues, Quinn, I trust you'll talk to Mr. Hart and have him wire us our last paychecks and severance packages. Can you do that? Can we count on you for that? We deserve to at least be paid for the work we've put in, don't you think so?
Miss Thomas is absolutely right. After all that we have done to make you feel at home in the company, that's the least you can do for us.
What are you guys talking about?
What? What do you mean, what are we talking about? Are you for real, Quinn? What, you think we were nice to you because we like you? Oh my God, that's rich. Are you serious?
Huh?
Wow, Miss Thomas, I think she's for real right now. I think she thinks that just because we're nice to her and slapped on a smile anytime we walk to her, that she thinks we're her friends. How embarrassing. You thought we liked you, you ugly buttface? We were only nice to you because you were the founder's daughter.
Oh, right. You are really that gullible, aren't you, Quinn? I mean, we called you beautiful and gorgeous, and you believed that. Have you seen yourself in the mirror lately? Oh, you're like one of the ugliest people I've met. When I first saw you, I thought you were a real-life Neanderthal. You are so lucky you have a powerful man for a father. Otherwise, how would you ever even be allowed in the same room as the rest of us normal humans?
Maybe this is for the best, Miss Thomas. Think about it. We won't ever have to wag our metaphorical tail at Quinn anymore, now that we no longer work for her dad. We never have to pretend like we can stomach her being around us all the time, ruining appetite with her acne-riddled skin and awful facial hair and gross, greasy hair.
You do have a point, Richard. A mid-tier company like this was never going to give me the push I needed for my career. I might as well have been a secretary. At least now I can go look for a better job that pays better and offers better benefits. Good riddance.
Amen to that, Miss Thomas. Hey, babe. Are you okay? What's going on? I haven't heard from you at all today. Is everything okay?
I want to be left alone. I can't even... Look at this, Teddy. I knew they were faking being nice to me because of my dad, but I thought maybe the year I spent among them might have allowed them to see me for who I am. I thought that maybe after working every day together, my coworkers would come to like me regardless of my dad being the founder. I'm just so heartbroken right now. I can't believe they never accepted me as one of them. I didn't know they harbored such horrible thoughts about me this whole time.
Aw, babe. Is that why you've been quiet all day? Have you eaten anything today? You can't let some losers like that bring you down. How about I take you out to a nice restaurant and maybe some dessert afterwards? Would that make you feel better?
I don't know. I'm just so sad right now. I can't stop crying and I don't have the energy to get out of bed. I hate myself. I hate myself for thinking that people could like me once they got to know me. I hate how stupid I've been. Ugh. Are you gonna leave me too, now that we're broke? Now that my dad is no longer this powerful businessman and has no assets left and whatever else you thought he was good for? I bet you're gonna leave me too. It's just a matter of time, isn't it?
Oh, stop that. You could not be more wrong, babe. Fine, I won't make you go out with me tonight, if you would rather stay at home and rest. But I need you to remember one thing. I am never gonna leave you just because your dad's company went broke. I love you for who you are, not what family you come from or what dad you have. None of that ever mattered to me, okay?
Teddy, thank you for saying that. That really means a lot to me.
Well, good. Now, go rest up. I hope you'll be ready to see me tomorrow, and we can go for some Ben & Jerry's, okay? Your favorite.
Okay. Thank you for tonight. I had a really great time, Teddy. I think the chicken parmigiana was the best chicken parmigiana I've ever had. Thanks again. I feel so much better now. Surprise, surprise! Quinn feels better after a nice meal.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, babe. I was so worried about you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make you worry about me. I do worry about my dad, though. I bet he's going through one of the toughest, most stressful times of his entire career. And he doesn't show it to anyone. He keeps it to himself a lot. I wish there was a way for me to help him through all this. I feel bad that I'm having such a breezy time with you. I feel bad that I am having the best time of my life with you while he's probably going through the exact opposite. I wish my dad could open up to me. I know I don't know too much about the business and how to run a company and stuff like that, but I am still his daughter. I would love to just listen even. This is so frustrating.
Nah, babe, I bet you guys are just gonna be fine. I'm sure your dad had some sort of safety net prepared for situations like this, right? I mean, isn't that what all rich people do? Trust funds and stocks and assets, stuff like that? Hey, now that we're on this topic, I've been curious about something. Can I ask you?
Of course, Teddy. You can ask me anything. What is it?
How much money do you guys have now? You know, after your dad's company filed for bankruptcy. That was his business, so I'd imagine his personal wealth is separate from all of the damage, right? Are you guys still pretty loaded? How much is your dad worth right now?
What are you talking about? You want to know how much I have? Like, in my bank account?
Yeah, babe. I think it's prudent to ask these questions, even though it may be considered crude or inappropriate in some situations. But who knows? You and I might end up getting married to each other. I think it's good to have these question marks answered early, so there are no surprises later, you know? I can tell you how much I've saved up if you want. It's not that much, but I don't mind sharing that with you, babe.
I mean, are you asking how much money my dad has? Are you curious as to how rich we are? Is that it? I don't know what my dad's net worth is. I never even thought to be curious about that. Why does it matter, though? It's not even my money, it's my dad's money. His wealth has nothing to do with me, right?
Damn, spoken like a true heiress, huh? I love it. So, how much do you have in your trust fund? 10 million? 20 million? Wow, I just got goosebumps while talking about that kind of money on Messenger.
No, don't be silly. I don't have tens of millions of dollars. Are you crazy? All I have to my name is basically my car. I haven't been working for too long, so I haven't saved up much. I know most girls my age have already been working for 10 or more years, but my dad was insistent that I study abroad for at least a year in college. One thing led to another, and I ended up spending 5 years in Sweden. It was a great life experience, but I am way behind in terms of building my career.
Oh, come on, babe. Your dad was the founder of the last place you worked at. How can you not have millions of dollars? Sure, you don't have that kind of money in your own bank account, but seriously, tell me about your trust funds and stuff. I want to know. I'm fascinated.
No, Teddy, I'm dead serious. I don't have millions. Heck, I barely have enough money in my bank account now to pay this month's rent. I live with my dad, so I can afford to be a little late, but still, I don't want to take advantage of that, you know?
All right. But when your dad is dead, you'll be the only one left to inherit it all, right? All his cash and his liquid assets and stuff, everything will be yours, right?
When my dad is dead? That's an awfully morbid thing to say, not to mention kind of rude. My dad is in impeccable health. I'm sure he'll be around for another few decades. Why would you even think about my dad dying?
No, babe, that's not what I meant. Oh, babe, I was just expressing how exciting it must be for you, and also comfortable. I wonder how many people out of everyone that got laid off by your dad has that kind of plan B to keep them afloat. I'm just happy for you, for not having to worry about money like most of us. It's a good thing. I still think you should ask your dad about his net worth. You might need to know these things, especially if you want to plan something for yourself in the future. It would be nice to have a better idea of what your limitations are. You know what I mean?
Hey, Dad, how are you? Are you doing okay?
Hey, Princess. I'm doing alright. What's going on? Is everything okay? Did you need something?
No, Dad, I'm just worried about you. I haven't seen you in weeks. You must be so stressed out, but you never show it to me. I'm here to listen if you ever wanted to talk or just sit in silence.
Huh?
I barely even see you anymore because you leave at the crack of dawn and don't get home until past midnight. I don't know where you're going every day. Have you been avoiding me because you're too embarrassed or something? I'm your daughter. You don't have to be like that with me.
No, baby, it's not like that. You don't have to worry about me. I'm totally fine. I've just had to meet some people. I'm sorry I've been away so much. I miss you, Princess. Anyway, what's going on with you? Anything exciting that I should know about?
No, nothing much. I'm doing fine. I was just talking to Teddy and he...
What is it, sweetheart? Is everything okay between you and Ted?
Actually, never mind. Sorry, Daddy, it was nothing. Hi, Teddy. Is this a good time? I think we should talk.
Hey, baby, what's up? Of course, what do you want to talk about?
I'm in front of your office building. Can you take a break for a second, come meet me? It won't take long.
Sure, I can do that, babe. There's a cute little coffee shop diagonally across the street from me. You can wait there for me. Don't forget to grab a seat in the back so that we can have some privacy, okay? Order me an Americano. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Princess, where are you?
Hi, Daddy. I'm downtown visiting Teddy at his work. I'm in a coffee shop waiting for him. What's up?
Oh, good. Let me come there and I can treat you two to lunch. I'm with Miguel Garcia right now. You remember Miguel from when I was at Harvard.
Of course. I remember Uncle Mike. He's Colombian, right? With a big mustache? Oh, how is he? I haven't seen him since I was little.
That's the one. I'd helped him a few years back when he was struggling to get his feet off the ground. It wasn't much, but apparently my contribution to him pushed him over the edge and plunged him into massive success. He says. I guess he thought he owed me one. So he called me up and he told me that he heard about the company's troubles and that it was finally his chance to repay me. He insisted on investing in my company and flew up here. Anyway, I'd love to introduce you to him again and tell you all about it over lunch. We'll come to where you are. Does that work? We can be there in 20.
Okay, that sounds good. I will see you here.
I still can't wrap my head around it. Are you 100% dead serious? I'm turning around to come back to the coffee shop, but I need to look you in the eyes again to make sure you aren't yanking my chains.
Why are you coming back here?
Don't play effing games with me, Quinn. Tell me the truth. You're completely, totally broke? How can that be, though? A few weeks ago, you were the daughter of a prominent CEO. How can you be so broke overnight?
What's wrong with you? I'm telling you, it's true. I stole a peek at my dad's financial documents earlier. I didn't see a whole lot of zeros anywhere. In fact, I didn't see much of anything. I'm serious. I don't think we have any money left to our names. The company shutting down must have drained us. We might even have to go into debt. But why? Why do you sound so angry about it? Are you worried that I might ask you to lend me money or something?
Oh my God, this cannot be happening. After all that stupid time and effort I put into you. How can you be so broke? What was the point of me dating you if you aren't loaded? Why do you think I'm even with you, Quinn? You're like a 2 on a good day, and I'm being generous here. Did you really think someone like me would seriously fall in love with some troll like you?
Teddy, what? Are you trolling me right now? Is this for real?
Is this real? Did you honestly think that you and I made sense? A 6'2", blue-eyed, deadlifting 200 pounds on the daily, perfect gentleman like me, walking down the street holding hands with an orc like you? Do you realize how embarrassing it was for me to be seen with you? I never parked on the street because I was so scared of someone recognizing my car and finding me sitting with you. You were a damn charity case. I thought it would be all worth it once I locked you down and could have rights to your dad's money. You were supposed to be so unbelievably grateful to me for marrying you that you signed everything off to me. Why do you think I stomached you for this long? And now you're telling me that you have $0? Ugh, never mind. You're just as dumb as you look, so I understand if you haven't caught on yet. I'll be back at the coffee shop in less than a minute, so give me everything you got in your wallet. I have half a mind to demand you pay me back for everything I bought you or did for you, but I won't sink that low. But trust me, I am furious that I ever spent a penny on you. I can't believe all that repressing my gag reflexes has been for nothing.
Okay. If you're already turning around to come back to the coffee shop, I will wait for you here. I think we should sit down and talk in person. Daddy, I'm so sad, Daddy.
I'm almost there, baby. What's going on?
I just talked to Teddy. It turns out he only dated me so he could go after your money. He thought we were loaded, even after the crash. Now he's all mad and wants me to pay him back for everything he spent on me. He stormed off earlier, but now he's saying he wants to come back so I can at least give him everything I have right now.
What? That little rat. You wait right where you are. I'm gonna be there so soon. Don't you worry, I'm gonna handle this. Oh man, Mike is gonna lose his mind when he hears about this. He is not the kind of man to let something like this slide. What the hell, Quinn?
What? Do you have something else left to say?
You called a Mexican cartel on me? Your dad alone wasn't enough, so you sent a foreign mercenary to help him beat me up? Assault me in broad daylight? I can't believe you tried to have me killed, basically. You tried to assassinate me or something, you freak.
Uncle Mike is Colombian. And of course he's not with a cartel. What the hell, Teddy? Why would you think I even know a gang member?
He showed up in a freaking Rolls Royce. For a second, I thought I might have found my next target to leech off of, but no. Some two burly dudes in tailored suits and sunglasses get out of the car and asked me if I was the scum that hurt Quinn Hart. I mean, who the F talks like that in real life? And then, get this, he pulls out an umbrella from the car door, and I'm like, what? And they both start beating me with the umbrella. I am in the ER right now getting my bruises checked. You owe me my hospital bill, you ugly freak. How are you gonna make it up to me, huh?
So you think I might have sent you a Mexican gang to beat you up or kill you even, and your reaction is to text me and threaten me? Do you want me to tell them to turn around and pay you another visit? Mexican cartel doesn't care where they do their deed. They'll mess you up in the hospital. Is that what you want, Teddy? Should I tell Uncle Mike to show you what a nice little amenity it is to have an umbrella coming out of the door of his car?
No, F that. I don't ever want to see you again. You ruined my life. I have wasted so much time on you and all for nothing. Gah, I am so pissed.
My dad's friend from when he was at Harvard is a very righteous man, as I could already tell from how he came back to my dad to repay his debts. Uncle Mike did not approve of Teddy having used me and manipulated me like that for a year, just to get his hands on my dad's money. No, Uncle Mike did not like that at all. I heard he was as mad as my dad had ever seen him when he told him the story about Teddy's betrayal. I wish Uncle Mike had chosen a more intellectual way of avenging me, but I kind of like the idea of Teddy experiencing physical pain for what emotional pain he's deliberately caused me. I think Teddy got what was coming his way for a long time. He's not been a nice person to anyone other than those who he deemed useful to him. I never knew that Rolls-Royce cars had a built-in umbrella compartment in the door. That was such a cool piece of information I got to learn from all this ruckus. Uncle Mike tells me that the umbrella alone easily costs over $2,000, and yet he had no problem using it as a stick to beat my lying boyfriend with. I saw what happened to the umbrella. It was bent beyond repair. Of course, Teddy had to crawl like an old dog away to safety. I still remember how his face lit up upon seeing my dad come out of the car. I bet he thought my dad would save him from this stranger danger. I would have loved to have taken a picture of his face when he realized that my dad was not there to save him, but to help the Mexican cartel beat him up even more with the bent umbrella. It was priceless. Thanks to Uncle Mike's investment in my dad's company, Company C was able to get back on its 2 feet and soon took off with great momentum. What's more is that Uncle Mike introduced me to his nephew, who may or may not have actual ties with the cartel in South America, and he and I really hit it off. I'm now getting ready for a June wedding with my fiancé, Luis. Luis has never once made me feel like he was ashamed to be seen with me. He truly loves me for who I am, inside and out, and I am ready to be happy. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Have you been to see Dad since he ended up in the hospital? You should go once to see him at least. His condition looks like it's only been getting worse recently.
What's this now? I can't tell what you're saying over the sound of you thinking you can order me around. I'm a busy man, much busier than some piece of trash with a pathetic excuse for an education like you, Ben.
And you think that gives you the right just to call me trash? Do you really feel like it's okay to be referring to your own brother as something like that? Seriously, just give it a rest already.
What? All I'm doing is telling the truth here. You are a piece of trash who only graduated high school, aren't you? At the bottom of your class, no less. You know very well that I far outrank you in all aspects of life.
Outrank? What are you talking about? It's not like we're ranked in life or something crazy like that. Yeah, sure, you went to college. I get that you're proud of that. But it's not like your alma mater is one of the top schools in the country or anything. In fact, I remember you went to it because it was known as a party school. That's hardly something that gives you the right to be lording it over me day in and day out.
Maybe not, but it's certainly better than having only barely graduated high school. At the very least, I have a salaried job and a college degree. I'm clearly much smarter than uneducated trash like you.
I don't think you can compare intelligence solely based on someone's academic record. I'm quite confident in the value of what I do, and it's a job I both enjoy and do at my own preferred pace.
Those just sound like the words of a loser to me. Just another little boy who knows he can't beat me. I hope I never end up like you.
It's not like I care about whether you approve of what I do or not. All I'm saying is that you should go see Dad while you can. I asked him while I was at the hospital, you know? You still haven't gone to see him even once. You might not even have a chance to talk to him ever again. You realize that. Can't you find any time at all to go see him?
Nah, I don't think I can. It's not like there's any benefit I can get out of seeing him anyway. All that matters to me is when I'll be able to get my inheritance.
Seriously? You're already thinking about what he's gonna leave you in his will? Did you forget that he's part of your family?
What are you going on about? Family ties are nothing more than a nuisance. All I'm looking forward to is getting my just inheritance from that old fool. Nothing else. I can't say anything else really matters to me at this point.
If you are actually so heartless as to say things like that, I can't even think of you as my brother anymore.
What do I care? It's not like I've been thinking of you as my brother anyway.
Ah, I see. If that's the case, then whatever. But I should remind you that Dad is still alive, even though he's getting worse. This really might be your only chance to see him. Don't you think that you should try see him now before you regret it later?
Hey, that's what you're there for, right? That's your job since you can't do anything else worth doing with your lack of intelligence. Don't worry, I'll be sure to go see him once he dies.
You know very well that's not what I meant. Come on, it's not that hard. Just one last time. Give him a chance to see your face and talk to you again. He would really like to see you one last time before he passes. Can't you at least understand how important it is to him? You haven't been home once since you graduated from college, and that was several years ago. Why would I go back home? There's no point in doing so. You mean because he had disowned you for trying to steal money from the family? It's been a long time since that happened, and time heals all wounds. Don't you think it would be better to see him even just once? I don't know where you get off thinking you can tell me what to do. You never even went to college. Just shut up like an idiot with your lacking record should. I'm the only one who dictates what I do, nobody else. You have no right to say anything to me, let alone trying to give me orders. To say that I'm angry with that man would be an understatement. To kick me out of the house and completely disown me just for wanting to borrow a little money? What did I even do wrong? If you were having financial trouble, you could have talked to us about it. Things ended up like they did because you just tried to take it without so much as asking for it. You know how much Dad hates people who are too scared to ask for help, especially those who resort to stealing as a result. Oh, is that so? Whatever, I don't care what he thinks. After all, he's gonna be dead and gone soon anyway. I still can't believe you're saying things like that about your own father. Well, you can send me a text once he's kicked the bucket. Are you serious? You aren't even gonna see him at all before he dies? Are you listening to me? I'm sorry, Dad. I don't think Josh is gonna listen to a thing I say. I tried to talk to him, but it was like talking to a wall. It doesn't sound like he's gonna be able to make any time to see you. Well, I can't honestly say that surprises me. That's just the kind of man he is, I'm afraid. I'm guessing that he's just waiting for me to kick the bucket, right? I don't know if he would say that, but knowing you, you'll just get better and be back on your feet in no time. There's no reason to give up yet. I'm already fine with how things turned out. What do you mean you're fine with it? Honestly, I would just like to get to finally see your mother again. I don't have much of a desire to stick around for much longer as it is. What are you saying? This doesn't sound like you. Look, don't worry about that. Just focus on getting better. I'm already resigned to my fate. I'm not fighting it anymore. Thank you for taking care of me for so long, Ben. No, I'm telling you, don't think like that. You don't need to worry about me. Just think about yourself. There is something I need to tell you while I still can, though. What? It has to do with my will. I'm telling you, it's too early for you to be talking about that. People only have to worry about that when they're gonna die, and you're gonna get better. Please, don't go talking about that. No, please, just listen to me. This is extremely important. It has to do why I can't leave anything behind for you. What are you talking about? Dad's in critical condition. You need to go see him now. You know where the hospital he's at is, right? Oh, already? That was fast. What sort of a response is that? You're laughing at your own father dying here? Get over here. He's gone. Why didn't you come? Where even are you right now? Geez, it sure took him long enough. Finally, I'll be free to use the money as I please. And what might you mean by that? What? It's obvious, isn't it? It's not like he's gonna leave anything to someone without a proper education. It'd be a complete waste. Huh? I'll be getting every last bit of the inheritance. You, my pathetically uneducated little brother, will be getting nothing at all. I don't think anyone would ever want to give you anything, even on their deathbed. And of course, the very first thing you think about is the inheritance. Even when we're talking about your own father having passed away, do you seriously not feel anything at all? Honestly, I couldn't care less. If you want to cry about how I'm not emotional enough for you, be my guest. With that inheritance money, I will finally get to start a new life for myself. With the inheritance of a man who owned multiple companies, I'll finally be able to wipe away my past. I'll have a clean slate. Wipe away your past? What kind of past are you even talking about? What the hell did you do? What do you care? It has nothing to do with you, and it's not like you would understand anyway. You had better not come to the funeral, got it? Excuse me? To Dad, you were nothing. You certainly weren't worthy of being called his son. Why would someone like you ever be allowed to come to his funeral? Read the room. I have no idea what you're talking about. This is coming from the guy who wouldn't even see his dying father once in the hospital. Oh, I'm sure you would like it if that mattered in the slightest. Unfortunately for you, it doesn't. The oldest son takes over everything, and that's me. Anyway, let me say it one more time for your puny little brain. Do not come to the funeral. Understand? Yeah, right. Like I would ever follow a command like that. Oh, is that so? I'll be sure to make you regret it. It might be better if you calm down before you start doing things you'll regret. How pathetic. Why are you doing this? Isn't it obvious? Someone with no education has no social standing and doesn't deserve to be at Dad's funeral, and yet here you are. I told you not to come, didn't I? So you think that gives you the right to punch someone in the face at a funeral of all places? I hope you don't think that's something that befits the elite person you think you are. You are going way overboard. You have no reason to be here. A good-for-nothing person like you isn't going to be getting any inheritance money. I clearly explained it all to you, but apparently your faulty brain just didn't comprehend it. You still came, fouling up the place with your stupidity. Someone like you has no right to come to a funeral like this. A piece of trash that's skulking around trying to worm his way into getting some inheritance money isn't gonna eat a cent. Go home. Sure, whatever. I don't need anything like that anyway. I don't want to see your disgusting face again. You hear me? Whatever. I'm at a loss for words at the outright malice you're putting on display. Fine, I'll forget about the inheritance. Yeah, you better. Though it's not like thinking about it would have helped anyways. That should be obvious. You're the second son. You have no education worth speaking of. It's obvious that someone worthless like you should be mindlessly following everything your older brother says. Sure, I get it. Don't go regretting this though, okay? Regret? What would I be regretting? Before you go accepting the inheritance, I would suggest checking what it actually consists of first. That's the last thing I need to say to you. Sure, say whatever you like, you pathetic loser. Afterwards, instead of just constantly taking orders from you, I'll have a request for you myself. Oh, and what would that be? I don't want to have anything more to do with you. I want to cut all ties with you. Huh? You know what I'm getting at. I don't want to be considered your family. I don't want anything to do with you ever again, alright? Oh, is that all? That'll be easy. I want to cut you off from me as soon as possible anyway. A guy who never went to college, who's constantly depending on real adults instead of standing on his own? Someone who's speaking to me with an insolent tone like he knows what he's talking about? Believe me, I fully intend to get a pathetic idiot like you as far away from me as possible. Understood. Well then, I wholeheartedly suggest you take the time to check what you're getting in the inheritance. Do you know what's happening regarding the inheritance? What's happening with it? What do you mean? I can't seem to get it transferred to me. Do you have any idea when the transfer will be processed? When it will be transferred? What are you talking about? You mean after I went through all the effort to warn you? You just went and accepted the whole thing without checking what it actually was composed of? What are you on about? You keep saying to check its contents. There was a line there about $3 million or so. What about it? Well, you're not wrong there. What you fail to notice is that that's $3 million of debt. Huh? It sounds like you expected to receive a sizable sum for the inheritance, but unfortunately for you, that inheritance was composed of nothing but debt. Congratulations, you've just saddled yourself with $3 million of debt. I'd say you have my condolences, but I can't say I particularly care. I mean, I did warn you after all. Debt? What are you talking about? Someone like Dad who owns such a large company? There's no way he could ever end up being that deep in debt. That's impossible. Wow, so you really didn't know a thing about it, huh? Dad's company was bought out ages ago. Huh? Thanks to repeated economic slumps, the company just couldn't stay above water and it was taken over. And with Mom passing away at the same time, Dad just lost the will to do much of anything. So he lost everything. Not only that, he took responsibility for the entire company and shouldered the debt himself. Even though the company was sold in the end, there was still quite a sizable debt remaining after the sale. For a man of his standing, being unable to get another job, things were extremely difficult for him financially.
No, wait, what are you saying? I don't believe a word of this. There's no way any of that garbage could be true.
I can't say I'm surprised you don't believe me. You weren't exactly keeping tabs on Dad after all. And to suddenly hear of all of this out of the blue, I don't blame you at all for not being able to believe it. But the truth is, the money you stole from our family, that money was the last chance the company had to come back from the bank.
What?
In other words, the fall of Dad's company and his slide into debt, it was all caused by your theft all those years ago. The stress Dad suffered from dealing with his failing company and its debt was what caused him to go sick in the first place. One could say that your theft caused that too.
No, I don't know anything about that. And besides, there's more pressing problems to deal with right now. How could someone who never went to college, someone so stupid they weren't worth a cent to society, how could trash like you know all of this?
I went to see Dad many times during his final days, and he told me all sorts of things. He also told me on his deathbed that we had to give up the inheritance so we wouldn't be saddled with the debt ourselves.
Wait, then why didn't you tell me this?
Well, if we didn't give it up, I was planning on trying to help pay it off. As a businessman, I've been having a lot of success, so I would have been able to help deal with it. But after seeing how you've been acting regarding Dad's death, I decided against offering my support.
You've been finding success as a businessman? What do you mean by that?
All this time you've been looking down on me, making fun of me for my lack of degree. Thanks to that, it won't surprise me if you don't believe me when I tell you that I've actually been making quite a lot of money recently. If I was able to save Dad with all of the money I've been earning, I would have done it in a heartbeat.
Hold on, you're not making any sense. Why are you a businessman? How, even?
I told you before, didn't I? An academic record isn't the only thing that dictates your intelligence. Sure, you may be earning some good money using your degree and working at a large company of some sort. That said, paying back $3 million of debt is probably still too much for you, isn't it? That's why I tried to warn you, but you didn't listen. You were so wrapped up in trying to show how much better you were than me and disregarded everything I said. And this is your reward for it all.
Hold on, just wait a second. This really isn't a joke. You're serious? I can't believe that the inheritance could just be all this debt. I didn't hear anything of this.
Well, of course you didn't. I didn't tell you. You just didn't think about actually listening to me at the time when I warned you either. And now it's too late for you to get my help, as we're not officially brothers anymore. You certainly raced to cut every tie between us after all. You won't be getting the slightest bit of help from me, so there's no point in asking. Go figure out a way to deal with it yourself.
What do you mean, do it myself? I can't deal with it. I already quit my job. I was planning on spending a lot of time just living it up with the inheritance money.
Wow, for someone who talks up how much smarter they are all the time, you sure do some incredibly stupid things. I'm surprised. If you're really that stupid, I don't think there's any hope of saving you.
How dare you? This coming from the guy who never even went to college?
Wake up and face reality. Who's the bigger idiot right now? The college graduate or the one who never got a degree? Well, it doesn't really matter to me. You're just someone who I have no connection to anymore, so talking anymore is futile. I've already refused to accept the inheritance, so I don't have any connection to this whole affair anymore.
No way. Are you just gonna abandon me like this?
You said that you wouldn't even think of someone with such a terrible academic record as your brother, right? So, go on and use your oh-so-amazing academic record to save yourself then. Have fun, loser. Eventually, Josh finally came to understand the weight of the debt he had unknowingly taken on. Unsurprisingly, he frantically started begging for my help, but I obviously just ignored him. He obviously had nowhere near enough money to pay back all of the fees, and having quit his job certainly didn't make things any better. So he had no choice but to declare bankruptcy. which did a number on both his future and his ego. Now he's on a frantic search for a new job, and he's probably gonna have a hard time finding a new one thanks to burning bridges as he left his last one. I'd say he's probably getting a good taste of what it's like to truly feel worthless now. Who knows, maybe he'll learn a little humility from this whole ordeal and stop judging people on their academics alone. That said, I'm not gonna stick around to find out. I'll be happy to enjoy life a bit more without him constantly pestering me anymore. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. Bye!
Hey, you two. How are you? It's so good to see you again. I am so glad that you were able to make it to have lunch with us.
Of course! We wouldn't miss this for anything. We used to go out so often together. It's a real shame that we don't see more of each other anymore.
Ben has been a real handful, if I'm going to be honest. Not in a bad way or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, I love the little rascal. But at his age, we need to be around all the time and really show him a lot of attention. And where is he right now? I thought you might have been bringing him along with you. I want to see how big my little nephew has grown up to be. How old is he getting at this point, then? Was it 5 years old now? He's 6, actually, but he will be turning 7 later this year. He is at a friend's house playing right now. I'm sure that he is very happy that we have plans to see you guys and that he was able to use that to go and see a friend for almost a whole day. Aw, that's so nice. I hope he's going to be good for his friend's parents' sake. If he is a rascal on his own, then it might be even harder to take care of 2 little rascals at the same time.
Actually, I swear they behave much better when they have someone else with them that is their own age. We of course take turns, and sometimes his friends come over to spend the day with us. It is always easier on those days, because as long as you keep them fed and make sure that they are somewhat within sight, they pretty much just look after themselves.
Oh, really? You don't say. I thought for sure that it would be the other way around. But how have you two been apart from little Ben? Anything new? James, how is work? Oh, you know, same old, same old. Nothing too much has been changing that I can think of. The team did get downsized a little bit recently because of the recent economic downturn, which is not good for anyone. The work hasn't really decreased, and demand is as high as ever for the work that we do. But management took the decision to cut costs and downsize the team.
That's a real shame.
They should really look after their employees when the economy is in bad shape and not just try to turn a quick profit by reducing costs. And it will end up hurting them in the end too, won't it? I mean, if you software engineers who are left are going to end up overworked, then the quality of work might drop or you will just get less of it done. If that runs over to the clients and they start complaining, well, they might not really come back or stick around for those kinds of services, right? Yeah, it is a little bit of a worry. At the moment, things seem to be kind of stable, but the possibility of burnout is definitely real. Sometimes you don't even notice it sneaking up on you and then it hits. I think that Diane might know more about that than me, though. Really? Is everything okay with you at work, Diane? Has it been really busy or something?
I don't know if I would say that. It hasn't changed too much, I don't think. I still have time to spend at home when I get home at the right time most of the time.
Oh, come on. You have been getting sent around for last-minute business trips all the time. She is just trying to be modest. She got a new position where she has to go on trips up to different branches of the bank. Sometimes it's just one-night trips upstate. Sometimes it's a little longer. Oh, congratulations, Diane. It's always good to hear about someone moving up and getting a promotion.
I'm not sure if I would call it a promotion, really. It's a different position, but the pay hasn't changed yet. They say that they will update the compensation once it is clear that I am performing the job properly or something like that. But who knows when that might be. I mean, I'm doing the job, right? So that means I should get paid the money that is right for that position. I have never understood it when companies expect you to grow into a role or whatever it is that they call it.
That's really unfair of them. People should always be paid according to the work that they do and the hours that they work. But I suppose that's the world of business. One of my friends recently went through something similar, she told me. But she just quit on them suddenly when she had been doing the new role for something like 3 months without them increasing her pay. It really messed with them when she didn't just come in one day. Well, good for her. Sometimes these company executives need to feel it in their pockets as well when they start messing with the workers. They forget who are the ones who are actually getting all of the work done.
Exactly. I was very proud of her, so to speak, for standing up for herself and her rights as an employee to a fair deal. But actually, what you mentioned about your trips, Diane, Sam has been going through something quite similar, actually. Oh, really? Have you been getting sent on short trips as well?
Oh, I suppose that you could call them short trips, but they're not as short as yours sound like they are. I used to only get sent on quite long ones. For example, it would be something like 5 or 6 or 7 days, but only once a month. But now there are more 2 and 3 day trips, and they only tell me quite late. Once it was the night before they wanted me on the plane. Really? That's quite the pain in the ass, isn't it? They should at least have to give you a bit more notice. Yeah, it would be nice if they did do that, but sometimes it at least breaks up the schedule a little bit for me. Makes it a little more exciting in a way. I think that they only find out themselves quite last minute. I can only speculate, but I think that there are probably some branches of the office that have also gone through downsizing, like you said, James. And now that is coming through in terms of lowered organization and communication. I see. It seems like every business is doing more or less the same at the moment then. How about you, Julie? Has anything like that happened at your work?
Well, not really. You know that I am a teacher, so they can't just really downsize the number of staff that we have, or there would not be enough of us to teach the classes. But we never have enough funds for supplies. I still have to use my own money sometimes to buy things for the classroom. At least Sam makes pretty good money. Otherwise, I would struggle to do that and pay for myself on my salary. That's a real shame. Don't the politicians realize how important it is for us to invest in the future of this country by making sure that the children get the best education that they could possibly get? They probably realize, but don't actually care about it. There is a reason that they all send their kids to private schools and not the public ones. They have the money to give their children the best, and then they don't really care about the average person and their families.
It's the same story in every country in the world. There's no such thing as a good politician. And if there is, they wouldn't be too good at their jobs. What do you mean by that? Oh, you know, if all of the normal politicians are corrupt liars, then what chance does an honest person who actually wants to make a real difference actually have? They will always be at a disadvantage unless they also engage in the same shady practices, but then if they do, they're not much better than the rest of them, are they?
Oh, let's not talk too much about politics, please. I didn't mean to get us started on this by saying that stuff about my work.
Sorry. I know that you don't really like to talk about it. Hey, honey. I am getting sent away again for a little while. I just got told again. Late notice, just the same as usual.
Oh, really? How long are you going for this time?
It's going to be one of the more usual long trips this time around. So from Saturday tomorrow until the following Saturday. A whole week. But I think my flight is going to land on Saturday morning, so I will be able to have that day off and then a more or less normal weekend.
Okay, I understand. I don't even get surprised by these announcements anymore. They have really increased these past months.
I know. It's a little annoying, but keeps things interesting. But I have been thinking about trying to ask them to put me into some sort of position that doesn't require me to go away so often. It would be good if I could get one that doesn't require me to go away at all, but I don't know how realistic that will be.
Really? That's a possibility then. Have you mentioned it to any of your bosses yet?
Not at the moment. It's a busy period and I don't want them to think that I am trying to get out of doing the work or anything like that. But I do have a kind of plan that will make them give me what I want. Not really, but kind of at the same time.
What the hell are you talking about? You don't make any sense at all.
Well, we had spoken about maybe starting a family, right?
Yeah, we did. And that has something to do with it?
It sure does. I think it might be time soon to have a kid of our own, don't you think? But I want to be there to help you when that happens, and I don't want to have to be flying here and there last minute all the time. I think that my work will be more willing to move me into a more stable position if I have a baby on the way, you know?
Oh my god! That would be so good. Well, let's think about it a little more and then see what happens. We should make sure that our finances are in order and everything is good to go. I can also talk to Diane about anything that she can tell us. I always hear that it doesn't matter how much you prepare for a baby, there is always something that you wish you knew before. I am sure that she would be able to share that sort of thing with me. I am actually going to be catching up with her this Saturday, just the two of us.
Oh, really? This Saturday? Why are you doing that?
What do you mean? Why shouldn't I do that?
I don't mean that you shouldn't do that. I just thought that James would come with you, no?
Oh, we need a little bit of girl time away from you men, you know? I'm just kidding. It seems like this week is their turn to look after Ben and a friend, so James has been put on that duty.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, we might be doing something similar before long. Anyway, let's have something to eat and then I am going to go to bed. I want to have an early night so that I can get up on time tomorrow.
Is it an early flight?
It's at 11 in the morning, but I have to pack a little bit and then head to the airport. I don't want to rush for it.
Hey! It's nice to see you again so soon after we caught up last time. Sorry, but no Ben again this time. James is looking after him and his friend Peter.
Oh yeah, I heard about that from James.
I knew that it would be just the two of us. So, there's no Sam coming either? James told me that he might be coming.
Oh no, he left for a business trip this morning. But I think it's nice that we can spend a little bit of time together without them.
Is married life getting to you then? That's the first sign, you know. I know that I feel it sometimes.
No, it's nothing like that at all. But I don't know. I think that it's good for each person in the relationship to have their own life and not always do everything together. Does that make any sense?
Of course it does. Don't worry, I was only teasing you a little bit. Sam is a great guy, and I am sure that you don't get sick of him.
And I would say the same thing about my brother. You have a kid together, though, so I can see why you might like to run away every now and then.
Oh, you really have no idea. Everyone knows that motherhood is tough, but it can really be something. At least now he goes to school, so we don't have to worry about getting a babysitter or anything like that. Since both of us work, there can be a bit of juggling going on.
I can imagine that. I wonder if either Sam or I should stop work when we have a baby, or do the same thing that you did.
Oh, are you two planning on having a baby? Or maybe... Is there something that you have been keeping from me?
No, I am not pregnant. But we do want to start a family at some point. The problem was always that Sam's job sends him around the country all the time, and now it has been worse than ever before. But he did mention that he could try and get another position that doesn't require him to fly around as often.
Oh, that's nice that he might have that option. I was wondering if you two would ever decide to start a family. You know, I mean, because we're around the same age.
Yeah, it is more or less time for us, I think. But what about you and James?
What about us? We have little Ben, you know.
Of course I know that. But are there any plans for more children on the horizon at all? The longer you put it off, the more of an age gap there will be between the children.
Oh, God, no. I don't think I could handle another child at all. James does bring it up sometimes, but never directly. He says it as though he is joking, but I think he hopes that I will say something to confirm.
Yeah, I do know that James loves kids, and he always said that he wanted to have at least 2. But it's a no from you?
I really think that it is. Sorry. He can want what he wants, but it takes 2 to tango, so to speak. I just don't know if I can deal with it in all honesty. And I don't want to be having another child if I am not fully on board. It's not good to do that for someone else.
I totally agree. The one who would suffer the most from that in the end would be the child. What is it that tires you out so much? I have to assume that James has really helped out a lot. I know the kind of person that he is.
It's really hard to put it into words, you know. It's not really one specific thing. It's more of a general feeling. It's as though I am always switched on, if you know what I mean. As though I am standing in front of a big group of people about to give a speech or something and everyone is watching me. Sorry, that probably sounds sort of crazy, but I don't know how else to put it, to be honest.
That's okay. I know that everyone's experience is very different, and I can sort of understand what you were getting at as well. I did want to say, though, that I wanted to pick your brain a little bit at some point regarding some sort of must-know things that you wish you knew about earlier when you had Ben. I know that it's different for everyone, but I would like to avoid as many surprises as possible when I have a baby.
I would be happy to help you with that. But do you mind if we don't do that right now? I get sort of tired talking about kids and babies all the time. Once you become a mom, people are always talking to you about it.
Of course. I didn't mean right now. We can talk about something different. Hey, you're home. I have some horrible news. I'm so upset I can't even begin to believe what has been going on. Oh, hold on, calm down, calm down. What has happened? What's the matter?
It's James and Diane. It's just so upsetting. I thought that I knew her so well, and then she did this to him? It's just so bad, I don't even know what to say. Poor James. I know that he must be absolutely devastated right now.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Did something happen between them? What are you saying that Diane did? You're not making any sense right now.
She was cheating on him, Sam. Can you believe it? They have been together for almost 10 whole years. They have a son together.
Wait, really? She was really doing that? Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure. James told me earlier today that he found out about it. But I know that it is hard to even imagine, right? I also thought that he must have made some sort of mistake. Maybe he had taken something the wrong way, or I don't know.
But how did he find out? Or how does he know for sure that she really was cheating on him? It's really something that is very hard to believe. I don't think that I have ever met anyone who seemed more happily married than they did. Except for us, of course.
Well, he said that there had been a lot of signs over the past few months or so. She was getting more distant and seemed to always have her mind somewhere else. You know, that sort of thing.
Okay, but that doesn't really mean anything. She could have been acting like that for any number of reasons. Why would he jump to that conclusion straight away?
Just hold on and let me finish what I am saying. That was how it started. That's all. Anyway, remember when we met up a while ago when we were talking about work and stuff? When we hadn't seen each other for quite some time?
Yeah, I remember that. We all went out for lunch.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she said that she had been given a different position at the bank and that she had started getting sent around the state to visit different branches or whatever, going on small trips. It turns out that those were all a lie. She made that all up because she was using that time to meet up with some other man. She lied to his face and then betrayed him behind his back. It's just so terrible.
I still don't get it, though. How did he realize that those trips were a lie and that it wasn't for work? And then how did that lead to him finding out?
So it's something really stupid in a way. They went out somewhere one time and they ran into one of her colleagues from the bank. And then something that the colleague said just didn't make sense based on what Diane had been telling him that she had been doing at work. That really spiked his suspicions, and then he just decided to confront her one night. And when he did, she didn't even bother to try to hide it anymore and just admitted what she had been doing. He doesn't know exactly how long it was going on for, but it's just crazy for me to think that the only reason that he really found out was because they just happened to run into someone. It was just such a coincidence. But if it didn't happen, then he might have not found out for a very long time. Or maybe ever at all. You know how much he loves her. He never really believed that she would do something like that, and he trusted her a lot as well. But in the end, she admitted it, so there's nothing else to say about the matter.
Wow, that really is insane. I can't believe that it just came out like that, for such weird reasons. And does he know who she was cheating with? Like, was it a coworker or something like that? Maybe a friend who she says to never worry about, or one of those kind of cliche things.
That's something that he doesn't know. He asked her if it was someone that he knew, but she didn't say anything. I don't know if that means yes or no, but it's horrible either way.
Yeah, I can't even begin to imagine how he must be feeling. I wonder if it's maybe better that he doesn't even find out. I don't know. Maybe knowing everything is better and can help him get over it, but it might also have the opposite effect as well.
Who knows? I really don't. All I know is that my brother is in complete shambles. And now I am worried about Ben as well. He's still young. He might not understand the reasons that his parents are fighting. But he is old enough to know that they are.
And where is he staying right now? Is Ben with James or with Diane? What's going on there?
They took Ben to my parents' house so that they could look after him for the time being. I think he will be there for a day or two, and then I am not sure.
Should we look after him for a bit as well? I don't know if they need our help, but we could do that, right?
Would that be okay? I wanted to offer, but I wasn't sure what you would say about it.
Of course that's fine. This is a terrible thing to be happening, but we have to make sure that Ben is being looked after. This might sound kind of rough, but James is an adult. It's hard for him right now, but he can still look after himself. But that's not the same for Ben.
You're completely right. I knew that I married the right person when I chose you. I still don't know if James really does need us to do anything for him at the moment. But I will tell him that we're here for him and will look after Ben if that's needed for any reason. I'm sorry, Sam. I know that this is my family's problem, but you're being so understanding about it.
Hey, it's okay. It concerns me as well. He's my brother-in-law, after all. I consider him family, too. I don't know if you have heard anything yet, and maybe it hasn't been decided yet either, but what's going on between Diane and James at the moment? I was trying not to ask around too much because I know that it was still fresh and very painful for both you and him, but I am curious.
Well, they are being surprisingly civil about it. I don't know how James isn't just screaming at her every chance that he gets. They're talking about divorce and who will get custody of Ben or what shared custody might look like for them. They are apparently trying to sort this out between themselves as much as possible before they go to the lawyer so that the divorce process itself can be as smooth and painless for Ben as possible.
Hold on. They are really going to get a divorce? Why would they do that?
What do you mean, why would they do that? Is that a serious question? She cheated on him! She's been having an affair for months! Did you forget that somehow?
No, of course I didn't forget that. But does that mean that they really have to break up over it? I understand that she did the wrong thing and that he is very hurt by it. Don't get me wrong there. But that doesn't always mean that the marriage has to collapse, does it? I thought there were a lot of people who stay together even if something like this comes between them.
Maybe that works for some people, but it would never work for him. She broke his heart and destroyed the trust between them forever. I think he's doing the right thing.
So he is the one who is pushing for the divorce then? I mean, I know that it might be hard to forgive her right now, but they have been together for a long time. Almost a third of their lives or something like that has been spent together. And doesn't everyone cheat? Isn't that sort of what happens most of the time?
What are you even saying? What do you mean everyone cheats? Who told you something like that? Where did you hear that from?
I don't know. It's just something that you hear about, isn't it? Statistics and stuff comes out about it, and then it turns out that a very large majority of people are cheating on their partners.
I don't know anything about that. Does that mean that you have been cheating on me if everyone cheats? Is that what you mean? Or that you would just ignore it and not care if I did that to you? I just don't even get what you're saying.
Of course I have never done that and would never do that to you. You know that. I am talking about other people here, not us. And what I was really getting at is that they have a child together. Isn't it better to stay together for Ben so that he has both his parents together?
I don't think that would be good for him at all. James would never forgive Diane for what she did, and that means that even if they did stay together, there would be deep resentment between them. Even if they did somehow manage to act happy together, I am sure that Ben would be able to notice the negative feelings between the two of them, and it wouldn't be good for him.
But wouldn't it still be better to have both parents together instead of being raised by only one of them, even if there was some awkwardness? If he was a little older, I would understand that splitting is better, but he is still only 6. And you did say that they were being civil.
No, it is much better for them to split. I am very sure about that. Being civil during this sort of time is very different to staying together and pretending that nothing happened. And they will most likely split custody anyway, depending on what they decide. So Ben will still be around both of them. He will have both parents growing up, even if they are apart.
I suppose that you're right. Maybe that would be the best thing for them to do.
It certainly is. And think about it from their perspectives as well. They can at least move on with their lives and meet new people and all the rest of it instead of living fake lives and playing house.
That's true. I didn't really even think about it like that. I was only thinking of what it would do to Ben and his upbringing.
You seem pretty interested in what's going on with them.
Of course I am. Why are you saying that as though it's strange? He's my brother-in-law. We all got along really well together, and this has directly affected a lot of relationships. Do you want me to just not care about it at all?
No, sorry, that's not what I meant. I don't know what's with me recently. I think I'm just very stressed for James right now. I know that it didn't happen to me, but it feels like Diane also betrayed me, you know? I don't know quite how to explain it.
It's okay. I understand that it is an emotional time for you right now. Remember that I am always here for you.
I know you are. Thank you, Sam. Hi, Mom. It's so good to see you. Thanks for inviting us over. It looks like everyone is here.
Hi, sweetie. Hi, Sam. You two look fantastic. I am glad that you were able to be here. Julie has been telling me that you often get called away at a moment's notice, and I thought that you might not be able to make it. Oh, it was good timing this time around, Tracy. The last-minute trips haven't been happening for the last few months. I'm also glad that I was able to come by. I hope that we might be having some of your famous apple pie later for dessert. Oh, you will have to wait and see until after dinner. I do have something lovely prepared, but I am not going to tell you what it is.
Oh, Mom. You always do this when it's apple pie. I already know what it's going to be.
Hey there, you two. Good to see you. Come on in. Tracy, why do you have them waiting around on the porch? Come on in, come on in. I think we have a little bit of time before dinner is ready, so we can chat a little. Sam, do you want to have a beer with me? Thanks, George, but I was the one who drove today, so I will have to give it a miss. Oh, I'm sure that Julie won't mind driving back home, will she? Unless she is planning on drinking.
Oh no, I am not going to drink tonight. Go ahead, Sam. Have a beer or two. I can drive us back.
Nice. Thanks, honey. Cheers, George. I have heard that you two might finally be giving us some grandchildren. Is that right, or am I just hearing things that I want to hear these days?
Oh, we are thinking about it, that's true. But we're not really there yet.
Why not? What's holding you back on starting a family?
Well, we were always going to wait until Sam wasn't getting sent around for work so often to make sure that he would be around for the baby. And he was even saying something about maybe getting a different position in the company so that he wouldn't have to go at all if possible. Isn't that right, Sam?
That's right. Unfortunately, I haven't really had a chance to speak to my boss about that just yet. As far as I understand, though, there won't be any new positions opening up like that. It would probably have to be the case that I switch roles with somebody else, and I don't know how I might go about convincing someone else to do that for me. Is there no other way that it could happen? Couldn't they hire someone else to do what you do now? They definitely could, but then I would be out of a job, Tracy. And that would be the worst scenario for us. Oh, silly me! I didn't even think about what I was saying, of course. But there might be another way. All of the business trips are being handled by just a few people who are trained and experienced in what we have to do. It could be possible to push for more people to be trained in that sort of thing, and then we might be able to split the number of trips among more people, and then the load would be less. It wouldn't be zero, but it's better than nothing.
I think I would be able to manage on my own just fine if it wasn't all the time. And I have Mom and Dad here who would help me as well.
Yeah, but I don't know how long it might take for this sort of plan to be put into action. These sorts of changes can take a long time. First, I would have to convince the department head to go through with it. Then we would need to get some volunteers who were willing to do the training. Then we couldn't send them out on their own for the first couple of times and would have to accompany them. And that would strain the team even more. It would only be after all of that that it would actually effectively reduce the load of trips that we have to be sent on. Well, by the sounds of it, you had better start pushing the idea now if you want to have a baby in the next few years. I know, it will take a while. I want to broach the topic soon, but I want to make sure that I bring a convincing proposal to my boss the first time around. If I rush into it and it gets shot down, then there might not be another chance again.
Don't rush into it then, but try not to take too long either.
I won't. Take too long, I mean. Hang on, but didn't you say that you haven't really had many trips these past few months? Doesn't that mean that there could be less of them on the horizon?
Actually, now that Mom mentions it, yeah. How come they have stopped being so frequent? Is it getting less busy or something? Is it going into the quiet season? I didn't think about it, but you have only been going on the longer ones like you always used to. There haven't been any of those last-minute ones that you were getting called off on for a while.
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I think it could be just some random lull in what we need to do. Like I said before, the short ones were always because of staffing issues caused by layoffs. Or at least that was my speculation. Maybe the other branches have started getting that under control and we're not needed as much. I really don't know. But it could start back up at any time.
I see. Well then try and go with the other plan that you just mentioned. I think that sounds reasonable and the most sustainable in the long term.
And it wouldn't be bad to be quick about it either. Both Tracy and I would love to have another grandchild running around apart from little Ben. Though he isn't that little anymore. It won't be long before we won't be able to even call him that any longer.
Actually, speaking of which, where are James and Ben? Is it really just going to be the four of us? You always used to invite us all around together.
Yes, I know. But this time we made an exception considering what had happened. I know that it might be a little on the mean side towards poor James, but we also thought that it might be better for him.
What do you mean? He is hurting right now, and shouldn't we be trying to include him as much as possible and not the other way around?
We're not trying to exclude him or anything, but we wanted to ask you about grandchildren and stuff, and we thought it might be sad for him to hear it. On account of his marriage falling apart while you two are still happily together and thinking about starting a family.
I can see where you're coming from, but I am not sure that this was the right way to go about it. James wouldn't be bitter about this after what happened. That was all Diane's doing and has nothing to do with us.
I know, but don't worry. We will have him over as well another time. We're not going to forget about him. He's our son. But it is so sad to not be able to invite him and Diane along with you two. They were always here with you as well. It was always so heartwarming to see both of my children here together and married to wonderful people.
Yeah, well, Diane turned out to be not so wonderful in the end, and she doesn't deserve to be here. If I had it my way, I would have told everyone I could what had happened and made it so that no one would want to even talk to her anymore. But James told me to not interfere with her life. He's far more mature and forgiving than she deserves.
I think you're being really harsh here, Julie. I know that what she did was wrong, but it doesn't mean that she is a really bad person at heart. We all knew her for a long time, and she was a very good person for the entire time that we did know her. She just made a bad mistake in the end.
A mistake? She didn't make a mistake. She made a choice. And that choice was to rip out James's heart. Maybe you could argue that it was a mistake if it only happened once. But she was having that affair for months. How could you just call it a mistake? She did it on purpose. It wasn't something that happened in the moment.
Okay, sure. But cheating still isn't that bad, you know? It shouldn't be something to ruin someone's life over.
What do you mean it's not that bad? What are you even saying, Sam? Why are you defending what she did? Your partner is supposed to be the one person in the world who you trust and love more than life itself. You're not supposed to do anything to hurt them on purpose, especially not a betrayal like that.
I'm not defending her. You're twisting my words, Julie. I just mean that it's not bad in the sense that it's not a crime. It's not violent. It doesn't physically hurt anyone. She didn't abuse Ben. She didn't beat James, you know? That's what I am getting at. I don't think it should be considered as bad as those things.
Emotional pain and suffering can be just as bad as physical injury, Sam. And sometimes even worse. I don't care that it might not be illegal or something that you send someone to jail for. It's wrong morally, and I won't forgive her for it.
Okay, calm down, the two of you. There's no need to fight about the wrongdoings of others, is there? See? And I think we made a good choice to not invite James tonight because everyone is still talking about what happened. Let's forget about this and go into the other room to eat. Everything should be ready now. Thanks for helping with the cleanup, sweetie. But I really could do it on my own. It is getting late and you and Sam could go home if you wanted to.
Stop that, Mom. I don't mind helping you wash up after you made us such nice food. Plus, Sam and Dad are bonding over another beer, so let's let them do that. And I told you that it was going to be apple pie for dessert. You can't get that past me.
And not past Sam either, it seems. He already knew that it was going to be on the menu.
Yeah, he loves it a lot. He's developing some sort of sixth sense for it, I think. But, Mom, there was something that I wanted to ask you your opinion on.
Sure thing. What is it?
It's something that happened just before we sat down to eat. We were talking about Diane and James. Do you think that Sam was acting a little strange?
Acting strange? I don't think so, no. At least I didn't notice anything. What do you mean by that?
It's just the whole thing when he was defending cheating and saying that it wasn't that bad and other stuff like that. And it sort of seemed to me that he was trying to defend Diane personally as well. Isn't that a little strange?
I don't really see what you mean, to be honest. He was just saying that people's lives shouldn't be ruined over it, and I can sort of agree with that as well. And even James obviously thinks in the same way, because that was what started us talking about that in the first place. That he didn't want you to go out and tell people things that didn't need saying. Okay, maybe you're right. But he has done something similar before. He also was surprised that they would divorce and not stay together. He said that people cheat all the time and that it's not that big of a deal. Well, he didn't say that, but he said that it shouldn't always be something to ruin a marriage, especially since they have a son together. I think that also makes sense. People cheat more than we usually think they do, unfortunately. And there are a great deal of people who pretend it didn't happen and then move on. It was also very common in my generation, at least, to stay together for the kids, even if there were horrible problems in the marriage. And that doesn't always mean cheating was happening, but just general loss of feeling for one another and whatever else there could be. Don't tell me that you actually think that Sam could be cheating on you. Is that what you're trying to get at? No, not really. But it is a little alarming for me when he says these things, especially after what just happened with James and Diane. Look, Julie, Sam is a lovely person and you two are great together. Have you ever had any fears of this in the past? You certainly haven't told me about them before. No, it had never even crossed my mind before. Exactly. I think you're just being paranoid because of what Diane did and what happened to James. And it's okay to be sort of scared when you see the seemingly great relationship that they had fall apart. But you shouldn't start projecting those fears onto someone. It could be very bad for your relationship. Sam would never do something like that to you, and I think you know that yourself. You're right. I do know that. I think I'm just being a little jumpy. Now that I have said it out loud, I see how stupid it seems. Thanks, Mom. Anytime, sweetie. I am always here for you.
Are you crazy calling me out here to meet in a place like this? We shouldn't be doing this right now.
Why not? I wanted to see you. Didn't you want to see me too? Isn't that why you agreed to show up?
I did want to see you, but this is still very risky right now. We should be more low-key about it. What if someone sees us? There couldn't even be an excuse for us to be together for any reason.
Oh, relax. We're just two people sitting in a cafe drinking some coffee. And who is going to see anything? Everyone is at work. It's a weekday. It's going to be fine. I even took a day off of work today, but told Julie that I was going in. She won't be suspicious at all, and I have plenty of time until I have to be back.
I still feel uncomfortable about being here in a public place like this. Anyone could walk past and see us. You just never know. It's better to be careful about it.
Okay, well, we can be more careful from now on. But we're here already, so just relax for a bit. Let's have a coffee and then we can go somewhere else where there aren't as many people watching, if you know what I mean. We haven't been able to see each other for a long time now. I think the coast is as clear as it could be. Months have passed at this point.
I know. But I still feel jumpy all the time. You know how I got found out, and it was in the most coincidental way imaginable.
Yeah, well, lightning doesn't strike the same place twice, so I am sure that we will be just fine. How has everything been, though? I know that things must be quite rough for you.
They're all right now that the divorce has actually been finalized. It was stressful before, and in a way, it was even worse because James was being so kind about everything. Maybe kind isn't the right word, but he didn't seem angry or that he hated me. He just seemed sad. And I was with him for a very long time. He is a very good guy, and I do feel bad that I hurt him in this way. But, it sort of had to happen. I should have asked him for the divorce first and saved him this pain. But hindsight is always 20/20.
It's not like we expected this to be an ongoing thing either. You can't blame yourself for not planning ahead. That was never going to be possible.
Yeah, I know that. Still, though, it's hard not to think about it every once in a while.
I get it. How is your new place? You moved into a much smaller apartment, right? It must be kind of weird living there now after you had lived in the previous house for almost a decade.
Yeah, it's strange to not have so much space, but it's fine at the same time. A bit of a change is never a bad thing. That's kind of why the two of us got together in the first place, wasn't it?
I guess you're right. You will have to invite me over one time. I would like to check it out.
Hey, it's good to see you. Things have been so hectic recently that I haven't been able to catch up with friends for a while.
That's okay. What's been happening? Busy with work or something?
No, nothing like that. There has been a lot of family drama, you could call it. Even though I haven't really been busy, it's just been hard for me to go out and try to be social with others.
I can totally understand that as well. Sometimes your social battery just needs to be recharged before you can even face others. I have had to do that as well, and I feel bad for always saying no to plans that my friends were inviting me to do. But at the same time, it would have been worse to go there and then been in a bad mood or maybe even mean and rude to them when they had nothing to do with anything.
That's exactly what I have been feeling. It's a shame that this is the way humans work, but it is what it is, I suppose.
I think that it's okay as long as we all think about it and can communicate that to each other. Then there should be no hurt feelings. But how are the kids at school doing? I know that you love teaching them. They must bring your mood up, right?
Oh, they definitely do. It's always a bit of a lifesaver to go into work and just have to switch off any negative thoughts and focus on the children. They are so sweet and innocent that when I see them, I just feel like there can be no bad things in the world. The year is coming to an end soon, though, and I am going to be so sad to see them move on to another grade and another teacher. They're like my babies. I love them so much.
Even when they annoy me as well. Oh, you don't get to teach any of them again? It's just for 1 year?
Yeah, as long as I am teaching the second grade, I only teach second graders. Then the first graders move up and it starts again, sort of thing.
But I guess you will be getting a new class of little ones to teach as well, so that must be nice.
Oh, it is. I know that. I always get sad at the end of the year to see my class go, but when I see all the new faces of the next class, I am happy again. But I am really glad that I have this sort of job at times like these. I couldn't imagine having to go into an office and do paperwork when my mind is a mess.
Do you mind me asking what has happened to put you into this sort of mindset? You've always been very positive and resilient. I don't know what could have made you feel like this. If it's too personal, though, you of course don't have to tell me about it.
Oh, it's okay. I can tell you. In a way, it isn't something that has happened to me directly, but I am still a part of it. So, my brother James was basically being cheated on by his wife, Diane. It was so crushing to find that out. I was so angry at her and felt so bad for him, you know? They had always seemed so perfect together, and they have a son as well. I just couldn't wrap my head around it at all.
Oh, that's so terrible! It's always more shocking when it happens to those seemingly perfect couples. I mean, there are some couples who you look at and it's like, yeah, one of them is probably cheating. But I can see what you mean about them. I have met them once or twice before. And I never would have guessed that about them.
Exactly! And we were all really close with Diane as well. We would go to dinners together and all the rest of it. A little while ago, Sam and I were at my parents' house, and before, it would always be me, Sam, James, and Diane there. But this time it was just me, Sam, and my parents. It felt weird and kind of empty. No one is talking to her at all anymore, of course. As it should be. But at the same time, it's moments like those where you really notice the difference.
I can see what you mean. But actually, now that you mention that no one talks to her, I remember something that I saw a few days ago. I was in town just doing a little bit of shopping, you know, and I actually ran into Diane.
Really? Did you talk to her then? Did she mention anything that happened? I suppose not, otherwise you wouldn't be surprised at this.
Well, I didn't actually run into her. I just walked past a cafe and saw her in there. But the thing is, and I'm not sure how to tell you, but I could have sworn that Sam was there with her.
What? How could that be? Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. It was definitely her, but I only saw the back of the man's head and a bit of his profile. I was just walking past, so I didn't exactly stop to try and figure it out. And it didn't even click in my mind until what you said.
What day did this happen on? I don't remember Sam going into town at any point recently on his own.
I think it was last Wednesday, or it could have been the Tuesday. I'm not exactly sure, but it was a weekday.
It couldn't have been Sam then. He should have been at work. He works Monday to Friday. Is there any chance that you could be mistaken?
There definitely is a chance of that. I'm not saying it was him for sure, but it really did look like him from where I was. I see. Hey, I was with Vanessa today. We caught up for a little chat and some coffee. You remember Vanessa, right? Oh, nice. Yeah, I remember her. But we haven't seen too much of her recently, have we? How is she doing these days? Everything okay? Yeah, she is doing well. But she told me something that seemed really strange, and I wanted to check with you about it. What do you mean? Check what with me? She told me that she might have seen you having coffee with Diane last week. Is that true? What? Me and Diane? Of course not. Why would I be doing anything with her? That's what I was wondering as well. I told her that we don't talk to her anymore, and I was shocked when she told me this. What day was this even supposed to be? When would I have had the time for that? That's the thing. She said it was a weekday last week. Oh, well, there you go. She obviously made a mistake. You know that I work every weekday. How could I have been out having coffee anywhere? I know. That's what I said, but she was pretty sure that it was you. Although she did say that she wasn't 100% sure about it. Look, I don't know what to tell you, except that it clearly wasn't me. I was at work, and I wouldn't be anywhere with Diane anyway. I know. I didn't think that it would have been you, but I just wanted to check and ask just in case. You haven't been keeping in contact with her, have you? Of course not. Why would I do that? We all got along well before, sure, but it's not like me and her were ever friends on a personal level. We would only ever talk when we were at some family event. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I am just being a little crazy at the moment. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Hey, I'm going on another trip very soon. Well, from tomorrow, and it will be quite a long one this time. Another week or so then? Actually, this one is even longer than before. I think this is because we had that lull where I wasn't going anywhere, right? So now it's coming back to get me, and I have to go for almost 2 weeks. What? Really? You have never had to go for so long before. Why are they sending you for such a long time? This time they are combining 2 trips in one. Instead of going somewhere, coming back here for a while, and then going again, I will be going to 2 states back to back. I leave tomorrow, and then we'll be back on Friday next week if I remember correctly. I see. That sucks. I would have liked to have you here. I have gotten used to you not being away anymore. I know. But this should really be a one-off thing. When it's over, I will talk to my boss and see if he can at least not send me away like this. A week at a time every now and then is one thing, but 2 weeks in one go? That's a completely different conversation. And like you said, it's never happened before. I said yes this time because they seem desperate, but I will let them know that it's not okay with me. Okay. Well, I hope that they listen to you when you tell them that. I don't see why they wouldn't. But taking this on and helping them when they really need it will give me more bargaining power later on, I think. They will want to listen to me more and make sure that I stick around, you know? That's true. I guess there's always a win somewhere. You're always so good at looking at the silver lining. You will have to teach me how you do that sometime. Oh, come on. You're just as good at that as I am, if not better. I'm leaving pretty early tomorrow, though. I'm going to pack my stuff now, but do you want to get some takeout instead of cooking? I think that would be quicker, and I want to get a good night's sleep. Sounds good to me. I am never against takeout. Is there anything that you want in particular? I can order it while you get yourself ready. No, I am okay with anything. Take a look through Uber and get whatever you want. I trust that you will choose something good. Okay. Hello. Is this Julie Stevens? Sorry that I have been calling you today. Yes, this is. Sorry, but who is this? Oh, my apologies. My name is Fred Harris. I am Sam's boss. I have been trying to reach him on his mobile phone, but I can't seem to reach him. He had you listed as his emergency contact, so I decided to try and call you instead. I know that this isn't the biggest emergency, so you will have to excuse me for that. That's okay. What can I do for you? I'm not sure why he wouldn't be answering his phone, though. I figured that he might have turned it off while he was enjoying his paid time off. I would like you to pass a message to him if you could, or he can call me back later as well. We were supposed to fly out on Friday for the business trip, but there has been a change of plans and it has been moved forward to Thursday. I know that he took up until Thursday off with his paid leave, but we really need him to work on the Thursday now. Of course, the paid leave will be returned to him so that he can use it another time. I really wanted to make sure that I gave him as much notice as possible.
Excuse me? I have no idea what you're talking about right now. Sam is already on the trip, isn't he? He left 2 nights ago. And what's this about giving notice? He is always being sent very last minute. It's very annoying, actually.
I'm afraid that I don't really understand. It is company policy for us to give at least 3 days' notice before someone has to fly out. There have been some exceptions where we have only been able to give 2 days, but then those trips are given to more senior employees who are available.
Wait, what? Are you serious? When did you say this business trip was supposed to be starting?
From this Friday.
And when is he supposed to come back?
We will be coming back the following Wednesday. I'm a little confused. Is everything okay?
Everything is just fine. Can I ask one more question, though, just to clarify something? How many days did he take for paid leave this week?
He took Monday through Thursday this week.
I see. Thank you very much. I will make sure that I pass on your message to him. Have a nice day. Finally! What have you been doing? I have been trying to get through to you for a while now. Why has your phone been off? You usually don't do that, do you?
Hey, sorry about that. I just turned it off while I was at work so that I could focus better. I do that sometimes. I just got back to the hotel, so I turned it back on again. What's going on? It's not like you to call me when I am on a business trip.
I know, but this is a little different. Where are you right now?
What do you mean, where am I? I just told you that I got back to my hotel just before.
Oh, I'm sure that you're at a hotel, but which one? Whereabouts?
Why are you asking me that? What difference does it make? You wouldn't know it even if I told you.
You're right, actually. It doesn't make a difference to me what hotel you are in right now. I have a message from your boss, though. He also didn't have much luck getting through to you because you must have just been working so hard.
Wait, what? My boss? What is that supposed to mean?
I got a call from him earlier today. He told me that I was your emergency contact. So sweet. Fred Harris, right? Anyway, he told me to tell you that he hopes you're enjoying your paid leave, but that the business trip has been moved forward from Friday to Thursday.
Fred called you?
He sure did. Now, I was so surprised at what he said. Paid leave? The trip hasn't even started yet. It wasn't even going to be for 2 weeks. All of this was such news to me, I didn't really know what to say to that even. Do you care to explain what's going on then, Sam? Or are you going to keep lying to me? I know that you're not working right now. That's a lie. What the hell have you been up to, and where the hell are you right now? Or rather, who are you with right now? I know what you're doing. I can guess.
Julie, listen, it's not what you think.
Really? It's not? So you're not in a hotel with some random woman right now cheating on me? Is that what you're going to tell me, is it? You didn't take paid leave to just have me think that you're working hard for us while being with another woman?
No, look, I just wanted to get away for a little bit on my own, so I told you that the trip started earlier and then used my leave. I know that I shouldn't have done that, but I just really needed some time to myself. That's all that's going on right now.
You liar! I know that's not the case. Fred also told me that they have a company policy to always give 3 days notice before a trip. So what were all of those last-minute business trips that you were apparently taking? Did you also just need to get away and have some time to yourself all those times as well? You just couldn't be around me anymore or something? Just tell me the truth right now. I don't want to hear any more lies from you.
Julie, I'm sorry, but this isn't what you think it is.
Shut up! Just shut up! I don't want to hear any of that crap. I don't want excuses. Who is she? Tell me. I know her, don't I?
Even really well, maybe. It's Diane. You scumbag. I should have known that this was going on. The signs were all there, but I didn't want to believe it. I'm sorry, but it just happened. It wasn't supposed to go on for this long. I don't want to hear it. How could you do this to me? To James? That's 2 marriages that you have torn apart with this. And you would come home and talk to me about starting a family, about having a baby, while sleeping with another woman? You disgust me. No wonder you were being so defensive whenever I spoke poorly of Diane, or when I was so angry at cheaters in general. You were feeling guilty. You wanted to try and lessen the severity of what you have been doing. You're a pig. Well, you can stay wherever the hell you are right now and not bother coming home. You're not welcome here anymore. Stay away from me. Julie, what's going on? What are you doing here? Is everything okay? You look like you have been crying. No, I'm not okay, James. You won't believe what has happened. This is horrible for both of us. Why? What has happened? It involves me as well? Yes, it does. I just found out that Sam has been cheating on me as well. And it has been going on for a long time. Oh my God, Julie. I am so sorry. That's not at all what I thought you were going to tell me. Take a seat over here. Believe me when I say that I know how much this can hurt. How did you find out? What's the situation? He told me that he was going on a business trip, but then I got a phone call from his boss and he told me that the upcoming trip had been changed. I was so confused because Sam had already left for it as far as I knew, but it was all a lie. He had used his paid leave and told me that he was going on a trip to go and cheat on me. And he had been doing that a lot. All of the short trips that had started this year were all just a cover. And I believed him every single time. I can't believe myself. I was so stupid. Hey, calm down. Don't blame yourself, okay? We must be the unluckiest brother and sister in the world right now, huh? Both of our partners cheating on us in the same year, and even the method that they were using was so similar. What are the chances, huh? Wait, no. Don't tell me. Yeah, it's just what you think. Sam and Diane? Sam and Diane! How could this happen? I feel so sick to even think about it. Oh my God. I had never found out who she had been having an affair with, and I decided in the end that it was probably better that way. I never would have even considered that it was your husband. I thought maybe it was someone from her work, or maybe even just some complete stranger who I didn't know at all. I know, but he admitted it to me. I had been having my suspicions recently because he always seemed very defensive of her whenever she came up in conversation. And then a friend of mine actually told me that she thought she saw the two of them together. But it was a weekday and he should have been at work. Now I realize he must have taken a day off and pretended to go to work so that they could meet up. He told me that it was her, though. He admitted it, and now there is no doubt about what happened. It all seems so obvious now. I just don't know how I didn't put 2 and 2 together until now. Both of them taking trips at around the same time when they never had to do that before. You're right. It does seem to connect now. But how could any of us have ever guessed that? It just seems like that would never happen. But then again, I also thought that Diane would never cheat on me in the first place. That's why I never really questioned anything or was suspicious of what she did. I don't know if that makes me too naive and stupid or what. No, they're the ones who are wrong. Why should we have to suspect anything? We trusted them and this is what they did to us. And Sam always seemed so worried about what was going to happen to Ben, and he was talking to me about having kids soon. I just don't see how he could do these things at the same time as sleeping with Diane. He was the one who tore you and her apart and made the situation for Ben in the first place. Maybe he felt guilty about it? Maybe. Or he was trying to rationalize what he had done to himself. And here I was thinking about starting a family with him and thinking how, since he cares about Ben so much, that he would make such a great father. I just feel so stupid, James. What am I supposed to do now? I don't know how I am supposed to feel or get over this. I am so angry at him and her.
But I also feel so angry at myself for not noticing this and just trusting him almost blindly. How did you get through this yourself?
All of that is very natural to feel. I felt a lot of that at the beginning. I tried to hide the anger because of Ben. I didn't want him to see his parents really fighting with anger in front of him. But it is really hard to get over this, Julie. I am sorry to say that, but the only thing that can really help is time. I have finally started to come to terms with it and see the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. But it's very dark for a very long time before that.
I'm sorry that I might have come here and ripped open closing wounds for you. But I thought that you had to know about this.
It's okay. I am glad that you told me. I did think that it would be better to not know and had accepted that I never would. But the doubt was always there, just wondering who was it? What did I do wrong? How did I lose her? Maybe this will also help me get a little bit of closure. I don't know, but maybe that will come in time. And the same goes for you as well.
I don't think that I will ever be able to forgive him for this.
And you shouldn't have to. I have been civil with Diane because of our son, but that doesn't mean that I forgive her. And I never will either. She broke my heart and has made it hard for me to trust other people anymore. Have you told Mom and Dad yet?
No, I only found out yesterday and I didn't have the strength to tell anybody. I was just crying in bed. And then I came here to tell you first. I thought that you deserved to know before anyone else.
Well, thanks for that. Mom and Dad are going to be really upset to hear this too. What are you going to do now? Where is Sam?
I don't know. With Diane somewhere, probably. I told him not to come home, but I know that I will have to face him sometime.
You're going to get a divorce though, right?
Of course. I don't want to spend a second extra married to him that I don't have to. And luckily for me, we don't have any kids, so I don't even have to worry about that. I can't even imagine how hard it must have been for you to also have to think about Ben and be strong in front of him.
Yeah, well, there were times when it was pretty tough to do that. But in the end, I always want the best for him above all. And if it means putting on a strong face even though I am dying on the inside, well, that is a pretty small price to pay to protect him. I will be here to help you in any way that you need. Or if you need any advice about the divorce, I can help there too. Actually, let me introduce you to the lawyer that I hired before. He was very good and he can help you a lot through this.
Thank you. That will be a big help. I have never had to use a lawyer before, but I want this over as soon as possible. Do you mind if I stay here for a few nights? I might stay with Mom and Dad if not. I just don't want to be in my own house right now in case he comes back.
Of course you can stay. That's not even a question. Stay as long as you need.
Thanks, James.
Julie, where are you? I have been waiting for you at home and trying to call you. I even canceled the trip so that we could talk this out. Please come back here. We need to talk about this.
Oh, you canceled your trip? Thanks so much! I feel so thankful that you care about me enough to do that for me.
Don't be like this, please. Let's talk about this like adults.
What is there to even talk about? You cheated on me with my brother's wife! There doesn't seem much to discuss regarding this.
Okay, I know that I messed up. I get it. And I am sorry. But it wasn't supposed to be like this, I swear. It just happened.
Then what was it supposed to be like? You go out and have your fun, then come back to me and act as though nothing happened? I don't know what sort of outcome that you thought would come of this, but the only thing that is happening is divorce.
What? No! It doesn't have to end in that. This was supposed to just be a little bit of fun, that's all. And it was the same for Diane as well. We have all been married for so long that we felt like we needed a little bit of excitement. Nobody was supposed to find out and no one was supposed to get hurt. It was just going to be a little bit of fun and then we were to go back to our normal lives.
Is that really your excuse? You did this just for a little bit of fun? No one was supposed to get hurt. Go to hell. You two have been at this for months on end. All the trips that you had been taking. All while lying to me, of course. You're such a scumbag. I still feel so dirty that I was considering starting a family with you the entire time that you were out having an affair behind my back. You say that this was all just a little fun, but you were totally okay with betraying me just for that then? And what about her?
She has a son with my brother and she also did this for a little fun. Getting bored or whatever in a long relationship is not a reason to cheat on someone. It's not a reason to betray your significant other. I have no idea what you were thinking or what she was thinking. I don't know how you thought that this would have been just a short time thing that ended. I swear that that was all it was ever going to be. I didn't want to hurt you. I love you, Julie. I really do. How can you say that to me even now? I don't want to hear those words from you. People don't do this to someone who they love. That's just not a thing. If you really loved me, then cheating on me wouldn't have even crossed your mind. If you loved me, you wouldn't have lied to me and kept this up for months on end. Don't you dare try and use those words now to cover your tracks and somehow think that it will make things better. It won't. Just tell me what I need to do for you to forgive me. I will do anything. We were going to start a family together. I still want to do that. I really don't think that this has to end in divorce for us. I will never forgive you for this. Just go to hell and die for all I care. I would rather die than stay with you and raise a child. The only way this is ending is in divorce, and that's the end of it. I have already contacted a lawyer, and he will contact you soon as well. I suggest you hire a lawyer for yourself. But this is lucky for you, isn't it? How is this lucky for me? What are you talking about now? Now you and Diane can be together without having to sneak around and trying to hide it from everyone around you. What a great chance it is that you have. Don't say that, Julie. I don't want to be with her. That's not what this was about. So then you ruined your marriage for someone who you don't even want to be with. Nice one, Sam. You really made a good choice there. And the same to her as well. Next time you see her, tell her I say to go to hell. And you can do the same. After that, I stayed with my brother for a while as the divorce proceedings were going through. I could have stayed at home since Sam was apparently not living there at the time, but I wanted to be somewhere else entirely. Sam kept trying to explain himself and act as though we didn't have to get a divorce at all, but I wasn't having any of it. I would never stay with someone who betrayed me like that, even if it was only one time. But in his case, it was over and over and over again. One little shining light during that time was the fact that Ben was with James a lot and I was able to play with him and keep him company. I had to put on a strong face in front of him and it stopped me from breaking down in tears every 3 seconds. The same was the case with all my little angels at the school. Eventually the divorce was finalized and we sold off the house that we were living in together. I moved back in with my parents for a little while after that. I got quite a good sum of money from the settlement, but my salary as a teacher is still low, so I didn't want to spend the money without having a proper plan. I am staying with my parents until I can find a decent place to live that is not too expensive for me. Something that is getting harder and harder to do these days. As for Sam, in the end, he and Diane did try to get together for a while, but it seems that the only thing that made them work together was the secrecy and thrill of doing something wrong. Once that was gone, they didn't mix well together and ended up separating as well. I think they only tried in the first place because they felt that otherwise everything would have been such a waste. Now the two of them have thrown away everything that they had in their lives just for a little bit of fun, as Sam put it. I don't know what they were thinking or how they ever imagined that it might have been worth it. I am especially angry with Diane even now, simply because she also had his son to worry about and I can't believe that she didn't put him first. Sam's workplace also all found out about the news because of the way that his boss had contacted me. Of course, it didn't lead to him getting fired or anything, but people started to keep their distance a little bit because of what he did. I will never understand a cheater's mindset, and I don't ever want to. All I know now is that I am happy that we never had children together, or this would have been much harder for me. It will take me a long time to get over this betrayal, but with the support of my parents and brother, I am sure that I will get through this in the end. Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.